your that was unexpected moment. I'd been trying to turn my basement into an art studio for my online craft business for about 3 months, but every time it rained hard, water would pool by the old drain in the corner. It wasn't a ton of water, but it was enough to mess up my plans since I needed that space ready before the holiday rush started in 3 weeks. The plumber I called took one look at the drain and said there was some kind of old well underneath, and the tree roots from our oak had probably cracked whatever was sealing it. You could probably break through that damaged concrete yourself if you want to save money, he said while wiping his hands on his jeans. It's already compromised anyway. My neighbor Mrs. Cook was watering her flowers when I asked her about it, and she squinted at my house for a minute before saying she kind of remembered there being a well back there years ago, but she wasn't really sure. Since I didn't have much money left after buying all the studio equipment, I figured I'd just do it myself. The weather report showed a whole week of heavy rain coming, and my expensive equipment was arriving in just days, which meant I had to fix this right away or lose everything. I went down to the basement with a sledgehammer and started swinging at the damaged concrete around the drain, and after about an hour of pounding and sweating, I finally broke through it all. Under that was old dirt that I had to shovel out bucket by bucket while my back screamed at me and blisters formed all over my hands, but I kept going anyway. About 4 feet down, my shovel hit something hard wrapped in old plastic that basically crumbled when I touched it. I pulled away more dirt and plastic until I could see what was under there, thinking it was just old pipes or junk. Then the empty eye socket stared back at me. I fell backwards so fast I knocked over my bucket, scrambling away while my heart hammered against my ribs. I sat there on the cold basement floor for 5 minutes before I could make myself crawl back over. It was definitely a person's bones with pieces of old 70s or 80s clothes, but no wallet or ID. 911, what's your emergency? I found human remains in my basement. The police came first, then the coroner and detectives who asked me tons of questions about the house, so I explained I'd bought it 5 years ago from an estate sale. The detective in charge was this older woman named Winters who kept rubbing her temple. We've run the dental records through every database, she told me. No matches. This well predates the house records from 1950. She came back weeks later looking tired. We're ruling it undetermined, she said. Without any identification, there's nothing more we can do. After that, I couldn't go down to the basement anymore because every time I tried, I'd see that skull and my stomach would turn. I sold it 3 months later to a developer who was tearing it down. They knocked it down last month, and I'm glad it's gone.